Putin bad news. The leader of a Russian mercenary force facing an uncertain future. An investigative journalist has speculated that Wagner Group leader Yevgeny Prigozhin, a Russian mercenary, may die or attempt another coup against Moscow within the next 6 months. The recent mutiny appeared to be in line with a prediction made by Bellingcat's Christo Grozev that Prigozhin would turn against Russian President Vladimir Putin. Grozev said that his suspicions of Prigozhin's actions were based on an increase in phone calls between senior Russian military officials. Grozev thinks Putin wants Prigozhin dead but is unable to act on it because of Putin's public condemnation of Prigozhin as a traitor. Whether Prigozhin will be killed or attempt another coup within the allotted time is still a mystery to Grozev. Prigozhin attempted to overthrow the Russian military leadership with which he was at odds due to their handling of the conflict in Ukraine, which led to his mutiny. Prigozhin, along with many Wagner troops, called off the rebellion unexpectedly, and they agreed to go into exile in Belarus per an agreement with President Alexander Lukashenko. The Institute for the Study of War, ISW, speculates that the agreement may be falling apart, but the specifics are unclear. The ISW claims that after the mutiny, Prigozhin and the Wagner Group brought up issues that Putin has not addressed. Wagner forces are reportedly leaving Belarus and returning to Russia, fueling speculation that the deal is in jeopardy. Whether or not these rumors have any truth to them is still up in the air, and the ISW admits as much. Putin's reaction to the Wagner Group's future moves is unknown. 3 years have passed since the 2020 general election in Trinidad and Tobago, which was held on Thursday, August 10. When tomorrow's local elections are over, the PNM government led by Dr. Keith Rowley will have been in office for 8 years straight. Is there a way to rate this time frame? Long ago, I zeroed in on what I still consider to be Trinidad and Tobago's top 3 pressing problems. I advocated for 3 things. 1. Economic modernization in response to the evolving global economy. 2. Halting the pervasive and deepening social decay that is responsible for horrifying crime and murder rates, domestic violence, child abuse, youth hooliganism, and more, all of which disturb the nation's delicate balance. And 3. Eradicating the institutional dysfunction that causes deficiencies in the delivery of state goods and services to the people. From this perspective, things are drastically worse now than they were 8 years ago. Over 4,000 murders in just 8 years is a direct result of deteriorating family and community life, which I discussed in my column, 8 Blood-Soaked Years, last week. The government failed in its duty to halt the decline, and as a result, anarchy has broken out. The economy has also been woefully inactive, remaining undiversified and simplistic without any new sources of foreign revenue, which are essential to the survival of both the economy and the society. Rowley and his finance minister, Colm Imbert, our snake oil salesman, have wasted 8 years on empty pontification and posturing. They tried to make a big deal about Moody's recent positive outlook based on higher oil revenue from Putin's invasion of Ukraine and a small surplus from reduced government expenditure, but I've been told that this is not the result of sudden fiscal discipline but rather the reluctance of senior public officials to incur expenditure for fear of running afoul of the new procurement law. And the brief respite is drawing to a close. From a high of $6.42 billion in December 2022 to a low of $1.72 billion in January 2023, our energy-related income has dropped dramatically. And while our 2023 budget is set at $92.50 per barrel, oil has averaged around $71 per month over the past 6 months. Furthermore, Imbert's predicted $6 price of natural gas will not materialize.